Hello there, audience. I am your host for this video, Gold Nuclear, and welcome to my questions and answers thing. The only time I'm probably going to ever do this, unless circumstances require another one. I know Nilsson has done a lot. I don't need to do a lot. I'm not that interesting. But let's see how far I can go. So the first question is from BHB. Favorite video games of the favorite video game of the 2000s. That one is a bit interesting for the sake of I have a lot, but I will have to go with probably Halo 3. Came out 2007. It was really there's a lot of games, especially from 2007, that could easily make that list, but I've played Halo 3, so. My middle name, Ian answered that. My favorite color, it's green. Also about both those questions from Jason. I'm not going to say who asked the question, because Jason and Ian have a lot, but I'll say that for everyone else, because everyone else doesn't have a lot like Jason and Ian. Do you have a VR, a shot? No, I don't. Why is your name Gold Nuclear? Says CSW, or asked CSW. My friend Blade gave it to me because he thought it sounded cool, and it just sort of stuck. I didn't come up with it. I'm a total lie. In fact, my actual initial username was like JT or whatever. That sucked. I'm glad that Blade came up with Gold Nuclear, because it doesn't sound better. It just sounds more, palatable. What sort of videos do you do now, and what sort of videos do you want to do in the future? Asks Red F. Honestly, the videos I do now, gameplay as of the current moment, and the videos that I want to do in the future are similar. It's gameplay. I've always liked doing gameplay. I've always liked doing games, recording games. I'm always very talkative during games. Ask any of my friends, and they can confirm you that I talk a lot while playing single-player games, multiplayer games. I'm really annoying in that sense, where someone's trying to have a conversation with me, I zone out and just focus on the game, and I just randomly scream out words and curse words, various things. So, yeah. Is there any other series that we should be ready for? Asks JT. No, not right now. I'm right now testing out something on my computer, and the issue is that the game keeps on crashing. I do have a part recorded, but there are several parts that need to be recorded, and I have not been able to record them because the game keeps on crashing. I love how as soon as I start this recording, the trash people come. Fuck you guys for doing your job at a very inconvenient time for me. Imagine if one of them watches this. They don't, but that'd be funny. If you could redo one video/series, what would it be? Asks Bark. Hey, look, there's Bark. Honestly, badly explained. The reason why I say that now is because I believe how the first video went was so great, so exceptional, that a second video was warranted, but I didn't have the editor, Wilson, to continue that series. I don't want to just add on another series on Nelson's plate, especially since he's doing the shorts, and he's doing my content, right, the gameplay for Mass Effect 2, and he's also doing his own stuff and his streams, and he has a lot of stuff on his plate, and he's very limited. He's a paraplegic at this point in terms of technology. The fact that he's been able to edit the stuff that I have been able to give out to him in a reasonable amount of time without any further advances or, devances in technology is something of a shock. So, yeah. Ever thought about doing a skit? Asks JT. Yeah, I've thought about it. I'd be down to do a skit. In fact, I actually did do a skit. The entire McBlow Show Top 10 list was one giant skit that had 10 videos that warranted a top 10 list. So, yeah, I thought about it. Favorite/best Randy Orton rivalry in his career? Asks BHB. Favorite? Oh, that's difficult. It's not because he hasn't had a lot. He has had a lot. It's just, generally speaking, he's the person that you don't look at the most. If you're a kid and you grew up in that era, right? I'd say my favorite is probably the one he had against Christian. That's one that I oftentimes do go back to for the sake of it was very underrated at the time. I don't think anyone appreciated it. And it's something I think a lot of people should definitely go back and watch. Probably, the best in his career is probably against Cena, just for the sake of that they've had 100 matches against each other. Which 3 countries do you want to visit most in the world? Asks Red F. France, definitely one of them. That sounds very cool to be there. Next one would be Netherlands. That seems like a fun place. They seem like cool people over there. And third one, probably Canada. I don't know. Interesting to visit Canada. I've never been to Canada. I've never been north of Ohio. So there's that. How do you listen to music? MP3, YouTube? Ian asks because Ian doesn't understand. I listen through YouTube. I don't listen through a MP3. Do you go to church? If not, when was the last time you did? I don't. And the last time I went, I was 12. Favorite game before you were 13? I'm gonna have to go with Halo 2. I'm gonna have to go with Halo 2? This is gonna sound dumb. Like, really dumb. But I never actually completed Combat Evolved or Halo 2 without having skipped 2 or 3 missions in them until about last year or 2 years ago during the pandemic, because they were always difficult for me, and whenever I became a teenager, I never tried to do that. I liked Halo 2's story, and I just thought, that's the best Halo game! And then realized the combat was all fucky-wucky, and the mission design, level designs were all weird as shit. It's still a great game. It's just not my favorite game anymore. So, favorite game since then? Mass Effect 2. I could also say Halo Reach, but Mass Effect 2. Are there possibly any more Revolutions coming? Asks CSW. Maybe. What editing software do you use? Asks Shaman. I don't. What will you do when you reach 1K? Asks Shaman. I already did, and I sat in my room in the dark and contemplated my existence. I had zero fun. Pizza or pie? Asks CSW. Pie. Most influential person in your life other than your family members? Asks probably my sensei, my Shidoshi. He definitely has helped me sort of grasp stuff in life and with my body in terms of controlling my movements and helping me out in that regard. So I'd say him. Would you rather Trump have a second term or Biden? Can I say neither? And then I vote Nilsson. Nilsson. Red Romans 9 yet? I don't know. No. Music or TV shows? TV show. For the sole purpose that, even though they are drastically different, TV shows add more depth and volume to it. I respect my ratings for music more, just for the sole fact that music, there's not really, it's very varied. There's not really a lot that you can really stick to. But, TV shows have a lot more depth to them. Ever been in a relationship? No. Still think Hayden is Sunny? No, not anymore. That got blocked out of my brain ever since I was on a call with Jason and Nilsson, and I heard Sunny come up to Jason and say, Master Jason, it's time to poop. And ever since then, I've been convinced Sunny is just a machine that Jason created, and it kind of scares me. Favorite YouTuber right now? Asks Red F. I don't know, there's these two Australian men. They're nearly 70. They're turning 70 this October. I don't know, they're really odd, really enigmatic. I like those guys. I think they're called Aussie Men? No, not that one. Shoots. McBloke Music? No, not that either. Oh yeah, it's McBloke Television Show. No wait, YouTube show. No wait, movie. No wait. Thanks, computer, for turning on, you son of a bitch. More noise than already needs to be made at this time. Least favorite celebrity at the moment? Asks BHB. Jake Paul. I don't really follow up on him anymore, but he's the go-to for least favorite celebrity. What do you think Project 1 and 2 take the most inspiration from? Alien franchise. Because the first one is pretty much a sort of, the idea came from what if the characters from Prometheus did this instead of that, and then I just built on that and expanded it. And Project 2 is part of that expansion. You tweet on your Twitter account. I don't. I do, like, I might repost something, but I'm very safe online. For the most part. What sport are you best at? American football. Who do you think you are? I'm you. What gives you rights? Jason. Do you get good grades? I'm a very average student. Will there be more content on your channel and not Nilsson's? Asks JT. Nah, I'm content with retiring my channel. I think I did everything that I could for the time that I did do it, and I had fun doing it, but now time is of the essence to just do something for Nilsson. What is one game genre you will not try? Asks Bark. I don't like you mentioned it. You did mention it, Bark. It is flight simulators. I don't care for them. They don't interest me, and they seem irrelevant and just pretty much mind-numbing. I don't get any joy out of it. What Halo armor is your favorite? Asks Bark. Probably the abandoned Mark III SPI. I think it was used for the ODSTs. I'm not too sure if they're in the game. I don't think they're in the games, but they are in the comics. And I enjoyed them. They look pretty cool. So, They have a lot of elements to them. Who on the server would you collab with, and what sort of videos would it be? Asks Red F. It's kind of a tie. It's a tie between Red F, funnily enough, and JT, because both of them have very interesting videos. They obviously both do skits, and they also do gaming on their channel. So I would say it's a tie between Red F and JT. Also, I think our personalities would match very well in that sense on recording, so yeah. How many servers are you active in besides the one you share with me? Asks Ian. None. I mean, I'm semi-active in 2, and I'm active in 2. Welcome up. Hell yeah. Are you nearsighted or farsighted? Which one's the one that you only can see like really close up, and then far away is all blurry? I think it's nearsightedness. Yeah, I'm nearsighted. Right-handed or left-handed? I'm right-handed. Who's the most competitive member in your family? Me! I'm the most competitive member of my family, and that's not really that far away at all. Anytime we're playing games, I get very aggressive, very emotional, unless I don't care, which is very rare. So, yeah. In fact, I'm pretty sure you've actually heard my competitiveness in the Among Us recordings, whenever I call people various curse words for doing wrong. In the most recent recording, I think I was cursing out quackly. And upon seeing his perspective, I started to feel bad. Like, I want to apologize, but it's been a few months. So, yeah, now I know why Quackley doesn't like me. If you had to, what would you say is the best quality about Brad? He's a cop. He's a good cop, I think. What is your mother's favorite musical artist? She likes Tom Petty and Rush and Journey. But I've heard her listen to Rush most, so I'd say Rush. Do you like dark stuff? Yeah. Do you like round stuff? No. Purchase Julia? Nilsson, run! What do you reckon Nilsson's circumference is? Wait, Nilsson, come back, you son of a bitch! What's your circumference? I'm gonna go with 42. That's the answer to life, right? 42. He's 40. It's 40. It's 42. Maybe Saturn. A little bit of Venus, Uranus. Let's go somewhere close to that. And the last question from BHB. So you're a head booker for WWE, and you're told by Triple H to bring back any superstar of your choosing that was released since the draft 2016 began. Who are the first 3 talents you would bring back to the WWE programming? First one, easy choice, Aleister Black. I know Tony Khan's right now got his pussy all hurt and stuff and wet and whatever the fuck because Triple H coming back and he says, oh, my talent's signed under the next 5 years. Bitch, they can be bought out. They can ask for their release. And if I'm gunning for it, give me all the money in the world, I'm buying out Aleister Black's contract. The dude has such a creative gimmick. He looks cool as fuck. He doesn't look like anyone on the WWE roster or AEW roster outside of Brody King today. There's a lot that you could do with him. There was a lot that was being done with him with his whole new sort of dark gimmick that he was doing before he got released last year. And I'm really still upset. I really am, honest to God. Still a little bit pissed off that he was released. So that would be the first one. Second one might be a little bit unpopular since he's not really done much outside leaving WWE and he didn't do much on the main roster. Be Andrade Cien Almas. The guy has a certain look that you sort of want. Like I can believe he can be a main event talent on the right roster. The issue is, in AEW, he's not on the right roster, and WWE, the wrong person was on top for him to give that focus. Look at his NXT work whenever he got Zelina with them. Hell, he actually has improved on the mic leaving WWE, so I think there's a lot there that could work. Third one, this one might become a little bit difficult. It sort of was a tie between these two guys because I loved their work in different aspects. But at the end of the day, between these two guys, I have to go with Gargano. Now, hear me out. The other guy's Bray Wyatt. I know you might be saying, but Bray Wyatt's so cool and all this other stuff. Yes, that is true. Honest to God, that is true. Bray Wyatt has the most creative mind in WWE television to this day. The Firefly Funhouse stuff, it was cool as fuck whenever it lasted. The Fiend, for the first 3 months that it was around, was amazing, and then it won the Universal title, and then got squashed by Goldberg. So that happened. But the thing with Bray Wyatt, while he is amazing on the mic, probably one of the best of this generation, while he has great eye for what is freaky and what is weird and what is creative, his in-ring ability was always average. He was able to be a monster, he was able to do a lot of creepy stuff, but he never really reminded me of a workhorse. And that's why I prefer Gargano, who, yes, has average mic skills, who, yes, as a heel is a whiny little bitch, but think about it. During the peak era of NXT, between 2016 and 2018, people forget, or early 2019, Gargano was over. What made Gargano start getting turned by the crowd was his spot fest and finisher fest that he was having with Adam Cole, and the Ciampa feud started turning to, oh, I'm healed, maybe not, oh, I'm face, I won the NXT title, yay, cheer me. It was dumb. They overcomplicated the simple fact that Gargano naturally is a charismatic underdog who you want to root for. Hell, Rebel Heart's one of my favorite underdog babyface themes. And I think that's someone that works in the sports entertainment world. Start him off in mid-Carter, 5 years later, the crowd will be behind him to win the WWE title like they were behind Daniel Bryan. Only key difference is, Daniel Bryan's sort of turned into a sports entertainer to get that love. If Gargano can do that, I have full faith that Gargano could be WWE champion material. Whether he actually does it or not, different story. Whether it ever happens or not, I don't know. But, yeah. So those are the questions. Those are the answers they give. I answered all of them. This video was much longer than I was expecting. Thank you for tuning in to my voice, to the voice of a generation. Peace.